Hello, how are you doing? My name is Brian Shanley. I'm going to be furnishing you a review of this place by way of giving you a first-hand eyewitness historical account of my most recent customer service experience there. I have degrees in theology, philosophy, comparative religion. I'm working on a few others. And I also am a small business owner in Wisconsin, where I've been a great citizen, and I've never had a crossword with anybody. So in recent times, I had my girlfriend and 6 children out in the car, and I went in to make a to-go order. Just a couple bowls of soup and 5 kitty cocktails. Not rocket science in the least. I went in and immediately, there was a Generation Z kid behind the cash register ready to try to seat me. I said, I'd just like to place a to-go order. And she stared at me like I was speaking another language. I said, is it possible to make a to-go order? She said, I think so. I don't know, let me try. So she fidgeted around, she got the order data entered. Then when it was time to run my card, she was having extreme difficulty. So she asked me to get on their equipment and manually data enter my payment information into their system, which is different, that's fine. Dealing with a Generation Z kid that is new to the game, doesn't know what they're doing. I'm fine with that, doesn't bother me. So while I'm waiting for my food, which again is just a couple of soups and 5 sodas, all right? I stand there for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And then the Generation Z kid comes up to me and says, do you still want the order? To which I responded, yes, I've already paid for this shit. Please, thank you. And then she said, well, do you still want the drinks? I said, yeah. And then she said, I'll try to see if I can get it on the order. I've already done the order. I've not only paid for the order, but I've paid a 22% gratuity to whoever the server is that's getting credit for my to-go order. So it was some kind of really big, I said, this is not rocket science. Let's just get this done, please. I've got 6 kids out in the car, please. Okay. So the girl leaves again. Okay. At this point, the worst thing I've said is I've already paid for this shit. Big deal. In a Western culture, in a capitalist society, the person who's paying for a good and a service is viewed as a paying customer, and they have certain rights. One of which is they can make demands. They can demand quality service. They have that right. They literally purchased that right. And a business that cares about staying in business tries to uphold those rights. You know what I mean? That's how not only customers repeat, but word of mouth in the community is a positive thing. So eventually some short little effeminate guy, and I'm not the tallest dude in the world, but this guy's littler than even me. He's running around looking at everyone's face. Who asked for a manager? He's frantic and freaking out. And I know he's not talking to me because I've not asked for a manager or anything even close to needing one. I simply want my food that I've already paid for so I can leave. So I'm like, no, I'm not looking for one. He leaves again. By this point, I'm in there 20 minutes. He comes back and he loses possession of his rational and emotional faculties, and he begins screaming at me, in public, mind you, telling me to leave, refusing me service, and saying that I had just sworn at and cursed out the hostess and made her cry. So apparently, my wanting to get my order done timely and properly, and my desire to actually keep my order and not cancel it 15 minutes after when she asked if I still wanted. Apparently, this caused such an emotional breakdown for this Generation Z kid that she was apparently in the back having an emotional fit. This man barges in, and he's not asking questions. A normal person asks questions, all right? Let me find out what happened and why. He's not asking anything. His prejudices and presuppositions are already in place, and he's already made up his mind as to what happened. So he's not asking what happened. He's jumped over the investigative process, assumed that she's telling the truth, or assumed that there's only one side of a particular issue, and then began treating me in the most hostile, icky manner, which he has the freedom to run his restaurant however he wants. Whether people that work there are good, bad, whether he himself is rational, irrational, whatever, that's his place and he can do what he wants. I'm fine with that. But my thing is I've already paid for this To which I said, hey, I've already paid for the stuff. Will you give me my money back? The guy says, we'll deal with this tomorrow. Just get out of here now. He's really angry. I mean, it's this public, degrading, humiliating. He's ignorant of the facts, but doesn't care. And he won't have a rational conversation with me. So fine, he's holding my money, and he gets both my money and the goods and services that I paid for him. So I call him the next day, like he instructed me to, and he says, I don't have time to talk to you. If you want your money back, make a dispute with your bank. Which at this point, he's now in the world of theft. He's stealing from me in order to defend his employees' entitlement to have an emotional fit based on someone asking some questions or wanting to get their food. And he accused me of doing things that I didn't do, saying things I didn't say. The worst thing I said was, like I said, I've already paid for this shit. I didn't say F this or call anyone. I didn't do any of that stuff. Wasn't mad or anything. I was a little bit in a hurry because that's what a to-go order is. You're taking it to go. You got to leave. I got a woman and 6 kids in the car, and it's a hot day out. But I wasn't looking to be harassed by him or thrown out by him. And I wasn't looking for him to steal money from me and my family. And to this day, he holds the money hostage, but he's also libeling me. When it's verbal, it's slander, but in writing, it's libel. So if I review his restaurant and it's negative, he'll libel me by saying he said F-bombs to a 16-year-old sweet little girl. No, I didn't. The F-word did not come out of my mouth. I don't even use the F-word in traffic. So whoever said that is lying. The fact that he wouldn't ask me anything. I've been working nonstop since 1992, even when I worked for other people. I've never had an employer who would side against a customer on my behalf as an employee. I was usually given the burden of trying to provide the best customer service experience that I could. And if there was a controversy, both sides were always looked at. This is the first generation where one person can hear one side of a story and then run with it. And so if you're looking to go to a restaurant, the food is not going to win any awards, but it gets the job done. All right. The guy is not in full possession of his intellectual and rational and emotional faculties. He'll lose his mind easily, and he ignorantly will believe anybody that other than the customer, and the employees who are hypersensitive to where if you say, hey, what's happening with my order, they lose their mind, and they feel okay about that. If you want to do business there, you have all the freedom in the world. Sean Murray, if you can hear me, you stole money from me and you maltreated me based on nothing. And you refused to hear my story. So now everyone gets to hear my story about how you and your place treated me. May God bless and keep everyone who's able to hear this. Thank you.